Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. So previously, we finally wrapped up that whole Blue Badger case in Gatewater Land, and yeah, it was pretty satisfying. I really liked that final bit there in the haunted house. And this time, we're in for a blast to the past. We flashed back to 7 years ago, to the day where Miles Edgeworth first met Kay Faraday. And Dick Gumshoe, for that matter. So this should be really fun. From the looks of it, the previous Yatagarasu, Mr. Faraday, has been accused of telling someone to murder someone else. And with him being a prosecutor of all things, it looks like Miles might need to step in and help him a bit. So we'll see what happens. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be... It's Edgeworth's first day as a prosecutor? Oh, we've come full circle, haven't we? Oh my god. As a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. Edgeworth. Who is this? It's that asshole. I knew this. Okay, I knew it. I knew he'd be in the game. I knew it. I friggin' knew it. Sir. Have you read all of the documents regarding this trial? Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know. Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is just about complete. Man, look at that. Look at him grabbing at his arm. It's all I can see now that I know his secret. Oh, so good. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection. I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honored and proud. As I have watched over your studies, I am giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion. Yes, sir. That such a legendary prosecutor is watching over and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. Nice! Okay. I can see we have a little bit of a map here. There's other rooms. This is so good. Gulp, gulp, gulp. I could drink a whole gallon. I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Gulp, 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 gulp. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh my god. Does he plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry? Old lady. Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter? I just thought someone would have brought hors d'oeuvres by now. I think that's pronounced. Yeah, it's hors d'oeuvres. And not horse devours. But this is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvres here. Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was here. What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? Aren't these great? Daddy made all of these. Awesome! But didn't you get fired right after you made them? Yeah, I did. I spent the same amount of money on this model as it cost to build the real thing. What? And my boss wasn't very happy with me. Hey, Daddy. Didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it? I'll tell you about it someday when you're older. A secret mechanism? Maybe he installed it as payback for getting fired. It could be trouble. Now I'm curious. Huh. Oh my god, look at that long line of judges on the ceiling. You can see our judge on the far right and his predecessors. They're all dudes with big old white beards. Egad, what a cold stare he's giving me. However, as a disciple of Von Karma, there is no option but to win. He's good. The power of his cold stare rivals my own. I like the taking damage sound effect there. Oh, he's asleep. He's sleeping while standing up. Right, okay. Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, gave the order. He looks like Jansen from Lost Odyssey. Well, Lost Odyssey is a great game. Freaking love it. Go play it if you can. Faraday is such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byrne Faraday? Humph. He is a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense. Nonsense? He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. Those who cannot be brought to court? That is nonsense, for no man is above the law. Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. This is rich coming from him. A prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals, I see. Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as Faraday has will not be forgiven. Have no fear, I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Byrne Faraday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare to do just that. Show them all the power of Von Karma. Right, let's talk about today's trial. I should actually show him my badge first. So, have you achieved a firm understanding of the case? Yes, sir. I have memorized everything that is written down in the case files. Well then, explain the case to me. Okay, let's take a look. Wait. Oh, I don't have anything yet. I want to see if you really know what you are talking about. Understood. What flag is that? Oh, Codopian. A murder was committed on the September 8th in front of the Codopian embassy. More world building! The victim... Are you for real? No! No! Really? I'm speechless. Absolutely merciless. This pun was created with the express intent of lethality. of inflicting misery on the reader. Oh my god. Okay. The victim, Mr. Deadman, was a staff member of the embassy. Oh man. I don't remember this guy from Team Fortress 2. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel. No! Make it stop! No! How can I take it seriously? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Was held for questioning the night of the incident, as he was deemed suspicious. Oh my god. He was quickly placed under arrested for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yatagarasu had successfully infiltrated the Kadopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yatagarasu, but that he did not kill Deadman. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wants to go down while in the spotlight if he is found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. The footage clearly showed Mr. Rel as the murderer. The act of Mr. Rel firing the gun could clearly be seen from the visitor's gallery. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yatagarasu, Byrne Faraday. That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Kadopian embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident. Yo. So we can take it that the original KG-8 incident was the assassination of some political figure? The second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough. Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir? Alright, I gotta show you my badge. It is thanks to you that I have finally become a prosecutor, sir. It's amusing that you wanted to become a defense attorney, yet became my student. It is a strange path you have traveled. It's true that I had once wanted to become a defense attorney, but now I am honored and proud to be a prosecutor. I see. Then as a student of mine, I suggest you remember this well. The prosecutor's badge is not to be flaunted. The dignity of a prosecutor lies in the man himself, not in the badge. I understand. I'll keep that in mind. I guess that might be why Edgeworth always keeps it in his pocket instead of, pinned on his lapel. Besides, why put holes in your fine garments? It's simply preposterous. Prosecutors must also take pride in their appearance. I will keep this in mind as well. I'm constantly having to remind the others at the prosecutor's office of this. It's more fashionable to keep your prosecutor's badge in your pocket. Well, there you go. In other words, always treat a prosecutor's badge with care and honor. I understand, sir. Okay. Tell me about this, please. Sir, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident? In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents. This is a 3-year-old newspaper. Oh. You have heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct? Let's take a look for ourselves. Cadopian Embassy staff member Manny Cochin found not guilty. The victim, Miss CCU. Manny Cochin and CCU. Oh, okay, one of these days, these pun names. The realization's gonna strike me like a sledgehammer. So it does sound like there was a murder, probably. Right. Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling. Correct. CCU was an employee of the Amano Group, and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light, a whistleblower. However, Miss Yu was silenced before she could testify in court. Wasn't a Cadopian Embassy staff member arrested for the murder? Yes, a Cadopian by the name of Manny Cochin was the suspect. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved. Lack of evidence? Huh, if only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. That I don't doubt. To make sure that all criminals are found guilty, my mentor really is dedicated. Faraday was a prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well. That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization. Oh. And just like the last time, the victim was murdered right before he was able to testify. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident. So that's why it's being called the second KG-8 incident. Yes. Yet there is one difference between the two incidents. What would that be? The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu? I'd better find out more. If it is true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Cadopian Embassy, what could he or she have been after? Humph. No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or, more likely, to steal secrets from the Cadopian Embassy itself. Since the item that the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say? That would have to be the first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct? Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday? He happened to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu case? Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. Well. I wonder who that could be. What is it, little girl? You're scary, mister. Truth? Did you need something? I want to trade these coins with you. A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. But it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want? Thanks, that's exactly what I needed. Could that child be here to watch the trial? How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore? They shouldn't have had it in the first place. The paperwork for the prosecutor substitution is complete. Why, do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? I'm so sorry. I can have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant. Gulp. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. A proud one you are. Why do you talk like Yoda then? Oh god, now I just think of Yoda, dressed as Manfred. That'd be silly. You had better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edgeworth. September 10th, 4 p.m. Oh, man. Edgeworth looks so silly mirroring him, striking the same pose. Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How is it possible that the defense is not prepared yet either? Bailiff, where is Mr. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. It's him! He has legs! Ah, you must be the one Mr. Von Karma recommended. Whoa, profile shot. It's so new. I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Oh, by the way, there was someone celebrating a birthday during the recess. I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Oh, someone's been shot? Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. Sir, it looks like the trial is about to resume, however. Yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar. Without the evidence from Faraday. What is that blasted buffoon up to? It's an emergency, sirs! Oh, I thought that would be Mike Meekins, but it's Gumshoe. I think. Silence. There shall be no yelling in this sacred hall of law, he yelled. Bailiff, remove that man from this courtroom at once. Yep. Please, wait, you have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Defendant lobby number 2, Mr. Faraday and the defendant. The two of them, they're both dead, Your Honor. Whoa! What? Oh, Faraday and the defendant. Oof. Oh, man. Oh, poor Kay. It's less that she was given the role of Yatagrasu and more like she took up the mantle, huh? Oh, man. Whoa, who's that? Stay back? Ugh. Whoa! Who's this guy? He's cool? That's probably the most badass design in the whole franchise. Holy crap, look at this beast. Look at... I love all the gunshot holes in his coat. Wow. Oh my god, he looks like the Giga Chad meme. He's got the huge jaw too. Oh my... It's literally Giga Chad. Okay. No one's allowed on the crime scene. Period. Okay, I need to conjure up the most hard-boiled voice I can think of. This man has 2 shots of him and one of them's bourbon. Just, who does this oddball think he is? That's the defense attorney, right? Yeah, I think so. This is becoming quite the hotspot. Isn't she Mr. Rell's defense attorney? Hey, you! No running in the hallway, pal. And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Alright. Okay, so, yeah, I think we're to the west from that initial spot. Okay, you know what? I'm starting to see it. Yeah, okay, we aren't actually gonna be in for traditional Ace Attorney gameplay. No, there's a crime scene here in the courthouse. That's fair enough. This sofa looks like it's seen its fair share of use. And it looks like another part of the courthouse is visible from the window. Ack! My eyes have locked with my reflection's eyes in the barred window. As a student of Von Karma, I refuse to back down. I won. What? Did he just unironically get in a staring contest with his own reflection? And he won? What? Okay, but I was curious, what the hell's that line going up the wall? Is that like a crack? Okay, one thing at a time here. And you are... who, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs. Point taken. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a district prosecutor. And Gumshoe looks good in beige. A prosecutor? I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal. I've told you my name. Now do you mind telling me yours? Detective Dick Gumshoe. And just recently I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. More than a dream, it's what I was born to do. With a name like that, yes. Oh wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first. This detective is entirely too excited to be at a murder scene. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident? You know that I don't have to tell you anything, right? I know that, but it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know. Wow, you're a proud one for such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge. Bad? Is his name Badass? So you're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay? Oh man. Almost past this cold. But all this laughter and deep gravelly voices is bringing out my cough. Sorry about that. Whoa. An actual floor plan of the courthouse. That's cool. So that's lobby number 2, where we spent the entire franchise, really. Huh. So there's a courtyard outside. Huh. As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2. Okay, someone somewhere escaped out a window, I swear. So you were the guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty? Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I kinda froze. You're a detective, and a measly gunshot scared you that much. Then again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one at close range. Well, that'll change later. Then Detective Bad came running to the scene. He went into lobby number 2 together, and both men were lying there, dead. Is that everything? Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Curious, and yet the judge managed to hear the gunshot. Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Oh, okay. Alright, I know Manfred just told me not to do this, but screw him, right? You mentioned that you're only recently become a detective, did you not? You got it. I'm a brand spankin' new detective. So that means you've probably never seen a real prosecutor's badge then. If you so desire to see one, I just might be able to make your day. You don't have to go through the trouble, pal, because a real man has a police badge. And someday I'm gonna become an ace detective, just like Detective Bad. Did I say something wrong, pal? Forget it, detective. Ace Detective Gumshoe spin-off when? Do you have a minute? You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. You're an attorney. That's your job? Especially at a time like this. I apologize for not introducing myself before bothering you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court. Edgeworth, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh? I'll have you know, madame, that I studied under Manfred von Karma. Do not take me for some naive novice. You're a naive novice. He even mimicked Manfred's posture and pose exactly. Do not take me for some naive novice. So you're a student of Von Karma. Oh man, I was about to say, why did she have bananas for earrings? But no, those were scales. That's pretty neat. I should have. Those clothes are a dead giveaway. Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts. Thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay? I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort. I'm just kidding, I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. Plot thickens. Callisto, sister of CCU. Oh man. And if you're telling the truth, then we were about to go head-to-head in court. But of course, I have heard much about you, Miss Yu. But of course, I have heard much about you. You're regular Shakespeare. Oh my god, I love her. Did I say something funny? Oh my god, okay. Let's start by, showing her stuff. I like this lady, she's great. It is a shame that we will not be able to face each other. It was to be my first trial, too. Oh, is that a declaration of war? How nice it is to be young and carefree. And what a nice squeaky clean badge you've got yourself there. I'm jealous. I'm sure its gleam will dull over time with experience. Are you saying your reputation will also tarnish over time with it? That's not what I meant. Well, you just can't avoid some things in life. I'll never allow my badge or my reputation to become tarnished. It might be a bit rude to show this immediately, but... Miss Yu, what do you think about this piece of evidence? Actually, Edgeworth, I'm interested in finding out what you think about it. I don't really know all that much about it. Then I don't really know all that much about it either. Sorry, I guess I can't be of any service. I shouldn't push her too much. She'll just start laughing again. Okay. Let's talk. I'd like you to update me on the situation. I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? If that's the case, then why are you here? What was funny about that one? What's so funny? It's just that the way you speak is so tactless. The person I was going against in court until only a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like I could go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened. That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. I like you, Callisto. You're good people. Excuse me, but who are you? Detective Tyrell Bad. Homicide. I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible. So how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial, plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here. Okay. I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid. Kid? I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation. I can't back down here. I have a right to know. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid? Is he threatening me? Oh! Oh! Is he going for his gun? It's just a mirror. How dare he trick me like that? Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade, and he had a gun in his hand. The other man, a Mr. Mackerel, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went into defendant lobby number 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct? Maybe. Such impudence. This guy is really testing my patience. These characters are so strong. This is great. Here I was, just last episode, complaining that the last case kind of had weak characters, but, oh man, Callisto and Tyrell Bad here, they are the Ace Attorneyest Ace Attorney characters I've seen in a long time. This is great. Okay. Does showing that off make you feel like a big, strong prosecutor? I love him. Of course not. I was simply proving my title of prosecutor to you. I see, but most prosecutors don't go around flaunting those things. It's like a detective walking around outside with his badge flashing in the sunlight. Show that off too much. Before you know it, you'll be elbow deep in angry criminals. That would definitely be a problem. Detective Bad, I'd like to ask you about this piece of evidence. Could you please pay attention? I'm listening, but I've got nothing to say. End of story. Very well. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Detective Bad. Okay, same thing here. Now let's ask him the last thing. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court? Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yatagarasu case is also one of my assignments. So you were called upon to comment on the Yatagarasu's characteristics, in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagarasu or not. Well, looks like you just might have a brain after all in that head of yours. Son? I'm not your son, Pops. Miss Yu, there's someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? A Cadopian embassy staff member by the name of Manny Cochin. Well, he just couldn't resist sticking his nose into this. What? What's going on? Detective Bad and Miss Yu's moods just changed all of a sudden. Wait a second. Wasn't Manny Cochin? I'll be right there. It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu. Why are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again. Now, actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat? Fine, let's go. Man, is it just me, or is Manfred von Karma actually really short? Like, okay, I know it's perspective because he's not on the same axis as the others, but he's like 1 pixel shorter than Edgeworth, and if you put him up next to Gumshoe and Mr. Bad, he'd be absolutely tiny. I always pictured Manfred as being very large and imposing, but he's actually pretty short, isn't he? That's neat. Bad. Von Karma, it's been a long time. I knew you would show up. You usually do when the Yatagarasu is involved, and I see this case is no exception. Do you know Detective Bad, sir? Yes, he's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scent of a crime. If only he would get a promotion and move on. It's a crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective. It's not like I don't know that. Moving on, though, Bad, the man that I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG-8 incident? So I was right. Just what is that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday, I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile. Is that any way to talk about a dead man? Or, no, I mean, not dead man, but another dead man? I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes. Von Karma, I think you've said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed. Very well. Back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation here.
Objection!
Oh my god! Young Francisca, she's adorable! Is that... Oh, that's not a whip, that's like a cattle or horse whip. Oh, she's so cute. Papa, how can you place him in charge? Francisca, what are you doing here? I'm here for summer vacation, what else? Francisca von Karma. So she is here on vacation from Germany. She is the daughter of Manfred von Karma and a student of his, who's also junior to me. You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it. Did she read his mind? You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you? Huh. If you were able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you. Never. Why does she always have to be this competitive? Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover the case? Yes, I am. Why do you ask? Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I am 100% confident that I can do a better job than him. That's just like Francisca. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad. Yeah? These two will be conducting the investigation. What? You want me to let both these kids loose on the crime scene? This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills. The crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in. I'm the one with the authority over this crime scene, Bad. And I will not tolerate complaining. Edgeworth, Francisca, I leave this case to the two of you. Understood, sir. So it looks like Francisca's gonna take the role of Kay Faraday in this. Nice. Yes, Papa. I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from the both of you. Do not disappoint me. Hold up, Von Karma. I still haven't agreed to this. Miles Edgeworth. It's been quite some time, Francisca. This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name. Would it kill you to at least say hello? Long time no see. Very good. Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud. She hasn't changed a bit. Miles Edgeworth, as I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Karma name. For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a babysitter. It looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. That's just like him. He never fails. Now, I'd appreciate it if you were quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad. You're better off checking things out on your own. Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad will be a most arduous task. Whoa, they fell on top of each other, huh? Huh. Is the only real explanation that they killed each other simultaneously. Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they are finished talking. What are you talking about? I'll only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who is truly worthy of the Von Karma name. A competition? The person that figures out the truth first wins. So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name. Exactly. I don't care that you've become a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things come from your foolishly foolish mouth. Fine, whatever makes you happy. Can I take that as you accepting my challenge? Once again, whatever makes you happy. Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional I am. Competing to discover the truth behind a crime. How delightfully childish. You kids, over here. Kid? Serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid. I said kids, kid. But how dare you call me a kid as well? I'll do what I please. I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy. You're going to watch over these two. Yes, sir, Detective Bad, sir. Now, do what I say from now on, kids, okay? You'd better not get in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do. Eek! Then you, prosecutor boy. Let's get your investigation started already, alright? Great. Now even that detective is treating me like a child. Alright, it's time to get investigating. Get a move on, prosecutor boy. My name is Miles Edgeworth. And if you were to call me prosecutor boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary. It begins! What? What would you do with my salary after you saw how much it was? That's up to you now, isn't it? Really? Sounds good, pal. He's so naive. Detective Bad, may I have a word with you? What is it? It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as murder weapons. Yeah, it does. That leads us to our first question of the investigation. Where did the men acquire the weapons? The gun was inside of Faraday's bag. There's a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. Oh, it's a murder weapon used, okay. It was used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member. But never heard anything about the knife. That looks like some sort of antique. Mr. Rell was being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him from the start as well. Could it have been a piece of evidence that had yet to be presented? But then, why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if... It's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence. He could have then brought it out and attacked Mr. Rell with it. Maybe we got a brain in there after all, kid. Is he going to treat me like a child forever? It looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rell first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from the scene like this. This man gargles with gravel every morning to clear his throat. Not yet. I feel that it's much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I must first find conclusive evidence so as to ensure the honor of the Von Karma name. Lobby number 2. Hey, that portrait's different. Huh. Well, okay, I think this is a good place to end things off. Looks like Gumshoe is actually the one following me and not Franziska. Well, he does that. He follows me like a lost puppy. So there are bars over this window, but what about this window? What about that one right there? I want to check that out. Well, I guess that'll be something for next time. So, this is fun. Like, every case so far in this game has been really good. But this one already stands out. There is like an electric charge to it. I feel it. This is that good shit. This is Ace Attorney at its peak. I can feel it. At the strongest, I mean. It's like, I'm in for a good time with this one. So many good characters that I haven't seen in so long. And so many new characters that are so good. I love Bad and Callisto. They're already classics. Love it. So, yeah, next time, I quite imagine, we'll fully explore this room and see what's what. Maybe draw some conclusions. Something about the way these bodies are, particularly with them holding their weapons, I don't know, something about it screams setup. Something was really fishy, but I guess we'll figure that out later. So, for now, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations. Thank you for watching, and hopefully, I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.